Hey everyone, we are talking about the peace of God, and over the last couple of days, I think we've had a really great discussion about what the peace of God means, what the peace of God entails, and I've been learning a lot already on what the peace of God is, and I think that the peace of God really is this beautiful invitation into our homes of Jesus, so that no matter the situation we're going through, even if it feels chaotic, even if it feels out of whack, we can still continue to live peacefully, and we can be carriers of the peace of God inside the home, outside the home, in the workplace, in our communities, and we can really be sharing the peace of God everywhere that we go. Last couple of sessions, we've been talking about how to really internalize that peace. What can we do to internalize the peace of God and let it live within us? And we looked at Philippians chapter 4, and there was a few things in there that I just wanted to run by. It's, choosing to abide by his word and choosing to run to God rather than run to the things of the world, but running to him in those moments where you feel as though your peace is being torn from you. In those moments, that inner tranquility and that underlying firm knowing that Jesus is near you can really enter your heart and consume you. We looked at King Hezekiah, and we saw that whenever King Hezekiah was approached with a turmoil, or approached with the threat of war, or approached with the situation where he felt lost, one of the things that we can really learn from him is the Bible records him praying. So when we are approached with a difficult situation, if our first defense, if our first response is to go and to pray for ourselves, for our family, for our communities, for our cities, we really will see such a wonderful change and a wonderful transformation happen right before us, and we really are inviting the peace of God into our homes. One of the things that I spoke about at the very end, but I really love as a point that we can learn from, comes from Philippians chapter 4, verse 4, where the Bible tells us to rejoice. In everything that we have, in everything that we do, when we choose to rejoice, we really take victory right there, and we really let the peace of God absolutely minister to us. I finished off with the verse in Luke chapter 1, and I want to pick up right from that verse. So Luke chapter 1, verse 79, the Bible says, "To shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace." So a little bit of context behind this verse. This verse is actually a man named Zechariah who is prophesying this over his son. His son's name was John, and later he was referred to as John the Baptist. He came right before Jesus came, and his ministry, and part of his ministry was really to prepare the people for the coming of Jesus. And this is what he prophesied. He said, "You will go before the Lord and prepare the way for him," so that when Jesus came, he could really lead us into peace. He could really guide us away from darkness and show us his light, so that we weren't living in the shadow of death. It's Jesus who brings us peace. Luke chapter 2 recounts the events of Jesus' birth, and it's described in that chapter of Jesus' birth being joyous, and that it brings peace on earth and to all mankind, and that it is a moment for us to rejoice. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 2, this is what the Bible says: "The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned." This event, this moment here is foretelling the birth of Jesus. In Isaiah, it's foretelling that Jesus is going to someday be born, and he is going to bring us peace. This verse right here really describes what it's like when the peace of God enters into your home, into your life, into your workplace, into every avenue of your life. Because right now, the problem that you may be facing, or some way down the road, a problem that you may encounter, it may feel as though you're stuck in this darkness and there's shadows all around you and you really truly cannot see anything. You can't predict what's going to happen next, and even your predictions seem far-fetched. It seems as though whatever you're hoping for could never happen. But the minute you let Jesus into your heart, the minute you let Jesus really take over that problem and you go to him with prayer, you rejoice for what you have right now. In that very moment, it is like a light has dawned and the problem fades away and the sun just enters on you. It's that peaceful, tranquil moment. Shalom. It consumes you. I really pray that as you approach these next couple days, as you approach these next couple weeks, as we're studying the peace of God, you let his light shine upon you. You let his peace shine on your problem. And together we can walk in the peace of God, be carriers of the peace of God every day.